Real Estate Intelligence Daily, August 7, 2026. Tomorrow's CRE and PropTech Shockwaves. Disclaimer: news and commentary only. Not legal, financial, medical, or official advice. Do not treat anecdotal stories or market discussion as professional guidance. Commercial real estate finance. Capital returns to CRE, while lenders are quietly rebuilding the market. One of the most closely watched developments heading into August 7th is the continued normalization of commercial real estate finance as institutional investors cautiously rotate back into income-producing assets. Industry research and market commentary throughout 2026 indicate that capital is increasingly targeting sectors with strong cash flow visibility, particularly logistics, data center infrastructure, multifamily housing, and technology-enabled commercial assets. A growing theme among lenders is the deployment of AI-assisted underwriting systems designed to process larger volumes of property and tenant data, potentially shortening deal timelines and improving risk visibility. At the same time, investors remain selective, emphasizing operational efficiency and resilience over speculative appreciation. Debt markets appear increasingly focused on assets capable of generating measurable operating improvements through technology adoption, creating an emerging premium for intelligent buildings and digitally managed portfolios. Looking further ahead, market participants are increasingly framing real estate not merely as physical property, but as a data-producing infrastructure layer for future economies, including advanced manufacturing, automation hubs, and eventually off-world industrial supply chains. The result is a cautiously optimistic financing environment where technology-enabled performance increasingly influences access to capital. PwC. +1.
PropTech et AI Analytics.
The AI real estate boom gets real. Automation moves beyond the hype cycle. The dominant PropTech story remains the rapid evolution of artificial intelligence from experimental pilot programs into operational infrastructure across real estate organizations. Industry reports show significant growth in AI-focused property technology investment, with capital increasingly concentrated in companies developing solutions for underwriting, leasing, predictive maintenance, asset management, and portfolio intelligence. Rather than using AI merely to generate reports, firms are implementing systems capable of assisting with decision workflows, forecasting asset performance, and identifying operational inefficiencies before they impact financial results. The most successful deployments appear to be focused on augmenting human expertise rather than replacing it, combining machine-scale analytics with professional judgment. Investors continue monitoring a critical adoption gap between firms testing AI and firms extracting measurable returns, making execution quality the defining competitive advantage. The broader trend suggests that future property portfolios may function more like digitally monitored ecosystems than static collections of buildings. From a futurist perspective, many of the analytical frameworks now emerging in smart cities could eventually become foundational for managing highly complex space-based habitats and distributed human settlements. Although today's practical focus remains firmly grounded in improving building economics and tenant experiences. A4 PropTech. +2. Construction and Development Tech. Construction robotics accelerate the productivity revolution developers wanted. Construction technology continues gaining momentum as developers confront labor constraints, schedule pressures, and increasing demands for cost certainty. Across the sector, automation, robotics, digital twins, sensor networks, and AI-driven project management tools are becoming central themes in modernization strategies. Industry researchers note that construction has become one of the strongest innovation targets within the broader PropTech revolution because its workflows generate extensive data and contain numerous opportunities for productivity improvements. Digital twin environments are increasingly used to simulate projects before physical work begins, allowing developers to detect clashes, optimize designs, and anticipate maintenance requirements earlier in the development cycle. Meanwhile, autonomous equipment and robotic systems are attracting attention because they offer potential solutions to workforce shortages while improving consistency and safety outcomes. The long-term significance extends beyond individual construction projects. These technologies are gradually creating a repeatable industrialized model for building critical infrastructure faster and more efficiently. Optimists often compare this transition to the early automation of manufacturing, arguing that lessons learned from modern construction technology could eventually inform how large-scale human habitats are designed and assembled in extreme environments both on Earth and beyond. PwC. +2. Insurance and risk management. Predictive risk becomes the new competitive edge. Insurers turn to data first. Risk management is increasingly becoming a technology story rather than a paperwork story. Property owners, insurers, lenders, and operators are embracing predictive analytics platforms capable of identifying operational vulnerabilities before they evolve into costly losses. Market observers note growing interest in AI-assisted insurance modeling because commercial buildings now generate unprecedented volumes of real-time operational data through sensors, building management systems, and connected infrastructure. Predictive maintenance remains a particularly important growth area, allowing operators to identify mechanical issues early and potentially reduce operational disruptions and claim severity. The insurance sector's attention is also being drawn towards cybersecurity exposure, data governance, and resilience planning as buildings become more connected and digital. This convergence between PropTech and InsurTech signals a structural shift in how risk is evaluated, managed, and priced. Instead of relying primarily on historical loss records, future risk assessments may increasingly incorporate live operational intelligence, creating a more proactive model of protection. In people-centered terms, the objective is not merely avoiding losses, but creating safer, healthier, and more reliable environments where tenants, workers, and communities benefit from early warning systems and better-informed decision-making. PwC. +1. Real estate investment platforms. Tokenization and digital investing advance, a new ownership model emerges. Investment platforms remain one of the most closely monitored areas within the real estate technology ecosystem as digital ownership frameworks continue evolving. Industry trend reports highlight growing interest in tokenization, portfolio analytics platforms, cloud-native investment management systems, and expanded access models designed to improve transparency and broaden participation. Although institutional investors remain cautious regarding implementation details and regulatory frameworks, the conversation has shifted from whether digital real estate investing will grow to how rapidly adoption can scale. Advanced investment platforms increasingly combine transaction management, performance analytics, AI-driven forecasting, and reporting capabilities into unified ecosystems. These systems aim to reduce information friction and improve visibility across complex portfolios while enabling faster decision-making. Advocates believe digital infrastructure may gradually lower barriers to participation without sacrificing professional oversight, creating more efficient capital formation mechanisms. Looking ahead, the same technologies enabling fractional access to terrestrial assets could someday support entirely new models of infrastructure financing for frontier projects, from next-generation smart cities to ambitious long-duration industrial developments. For now, however, the immediate story remains one of efficiency, transparency, and increasingly sophisticated investment intelligence. Nosebera Digitals. +2. YouTube video description. Welcome to Real Estate Intelligence Daily for August 7, 2026. In today's deep dive market briefing, we examine the biggest developments shaping commercial real estate finance, artificial intelligence in property technology, construction innovation, insurance analytics, and next-generation real estate investment platforms. Discover how AI underwriting, predictive risk management, digital twins, construction robotics, tokenization, and smart building infrastructure are changing the future of property markets. Our analysis focuses on emerging trends, technology adoption, capital allocation, and the human impact of innovation across the built environment. News and commentary are provided for educational and informational purposes only and should not be interpreted as legal, financial, medical, investment, or professional advice.